With its subframe design, the Fox body platform is quite flexible from the factory. Add horsepower and better suspension, the shortcomings are even more obvious. So today we're going to stiffen up the chassis on Project 55 with a set of full-length subframe connectors from Steeda. These Steeda full-length subframe connectors are going to fit all 1979 through 2004 Mustangs, and they're considered full-length because they go from the front frame rail all the way to the rear torque box. They're made of box steel tubing for heavy-duty construction, and they also come with a powder coat on them. Now you might wonder why they're powder coated since you do have to weld. Well, they use the powder coating, so when you do have to grind off some of it to weld, you still have the powder coating on the rest of the connector, and only have to paint a small portion. Now, in addition to the normal subframe connector, Steeda includes two special pieces over here. These braces here are for the seat to basically weld to the connector to further reinforce your seat platform. This is also another Steeda exclusive. These go on the rear torque boxes to make sure you have a real solid point for welding. Now again, these do require welding for installation. I do recommend a drive on lift. Today I'm going to show you how to install them. Start off by putting the seat brace up into place. Put it over the factory studs. Use the nuts provided. Don't want to tighten it down just yet. Just put it on my hand. And the rear support Steeda includes will go right here. This goes up in the back of the side of the torque box, and this will go up here. Basically, it's going to weld on just like that, give you a solid mounting point for the rear of the subframe connector. And I'm going to just basically outline where this goes so we know where to grind off so we can weld. Now ready to weld into place here. Now before you do weld, you want to make sure you disconnect the battery in the car, make sure everything's ready, and also make sure you have a good welder, which I'm not, so Brendan's going to handle it for us. Okay, now we're going to put the connector up into place, make sure everything lines up where it's supposed to. Now this doesn't line up for whatever reason. You can flip these, just make sure the slot hole's on the outside. All right, now the subframe in place, we're gonna mark all the areas we're going to grind so we can weld. Now, you don't have to weld the entire thing. Basically just pick some sections. And then we can pull down our subframe connector and grind down the paint. Now that everything is ground down with the subframe connector back into place, make sure it fits properly, and we're ready to weld. Okay, now that everything is ground down and the subframe is back into place, tighten down these nuts. And we're ready to weld. And then once we're done welding, we're going to go back through and then prime and paint everywhere we welded. And with the prime, now we can come back, grab some black paint. Okay, once you're finished painting, repeat the process on the other side and your installation's finished. These subframe connectors will fit 79 through 04 and will benefit all years, but if you have a Fox body, subframe connectors are a must-have installation, especially for the convertibles or T-top cars, as they're extremely flexible. Now, this installation might be one you want to leave to the pros, but if you do it yourself, a drive on lift is beneficial, but as long as the suspension is supported and the car's weighted, you'll be okay. Obviously, you'll need a welder. Take your time, you'll be back on the road in no time.